everyone, welcome to Rachel's Butterfly Effect. I'm Rachel. Super excited to be chatting with you all today about the solstice energy and some of the main energies that are coming through in the collective with the solstice. So when we're talking about the solstice, it depends on whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. So right now, our June solstice in the northern hemisphere, it's going to be the longest day of the year. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, it will be the shortest day of the year. So it doesn't really matter where you are in the world. This is a collective energy reading. So it really applies to everybody, no matter which solstice you are sitting in. And I am an energy healer as well as an energy reader, so I can read the different energies and channel information from higher beings for all of you. So you can definitely please like and subscribe to this channel. The more likes, if you enjoy this information, the more people that it will reach. So I absolutely appreciate that. And one of the main things that is kind of coming in for this energy is that we are coming into a moment of transition or a moment of stillness. So it's a general cycle that happens every single year. So it's one of the natural cycles of our planet. And really it is that time where we are transitioning from light to dark or dark to light. And there's a moment where there is a little bit of stillness in the air. There's a moment of pause before we move into that next cycle. So what's coming up with this energy is that transition and that pause. So we're really sitting in this still place right now where we can look back at all of our past and we're looking forward to our future, and everything is coming together in this now moment. So we want to actually make sure that we're really grounding into our present moment during this time period, because this is that moment of pause where you are exactly where you are in this now moment for a reason, and we want to sit within that space. So that is really coming up strongly when we're talking about this energy that we are experiencing right now. I'm also as well seeing that we have a lot of upgrades and a lot of shifts that are happening. So we are having a lot of different shifts that are happening through our full energetic system, through our physical body, through our emotional body, our mental body as well. So one of the things that I have been shown is that it's kind of like all of the stuff that we hold within our system, any density, any darkness, limiting belief systems, emotions that are no longer serving us, all of these things are kind of bubbling up to the surface right now. So they're sitting on a surface level of our energy field ready to be released. So this is a really good time where we can actually release very easily, very quickly. And you may even notice that as we move through this energy that you may actually be triggered a lot, because all of these things that are held inside of us are literally sitting on the surface, wanting to be seen, wanting to be healed, and wanting to be released. So we want to pay attention to what our triggers are right now, because those are information to tell you what is actually going on within your system. So when we are triggered, we can actually sit with that experience or that thing that is coming up so that we can actually allow that to be released out of our field. We're also as well, let me just see, they're coming in with a message. So just give me a moment here. Yeah, so everything is sitting on top of the surface, and we have the opportunity to be able to heal as we move through this transitional time. So they're saying that a lot of our trauma and conditioning and negative belief systems are actually stored within our subconscious mind. So as we sit within this space, the subconscious is actually bubbling up to the surface, so that when we are triggered, this is actually our subconscious giving us a signal that there is some wounding or conditioning, or there is something there that wants to actually be seen and healed. So this is a time where we can actually sit within that space and allow ourselves to be able to heal. It's also coming up that we are going to be very sensitive during this time, whether we are emotionally sensitive or whether we are energetically sensitive. So this sensitivity is also a gift and a clue that we can actually lean into and look into. So our sensitivity could be very high at this time, whether it's that you feel other energies around you, you feel other people's emotions very intensely. It can also be that we are emotionally sensitive, so that we can get triggered easily by the things that people say emotionally. It can bring up a lot within us. So we want to actually use our sensitivity for our highest good by leaning into our sensitivity and allowing yourselves to be sensitive, so that we're not actually sitting within a space of judgment or self-ridicule over our insecurities and our sensitivities. So we're really coming into a place right now where we want to honor our present moment. So this is something that is really coming up, that we have to get grounded. So especially with all of the energies that we have been experiencing over, this year, all of 2022, a lot of us have really woke up. A lot of us have been activated, whether it's of us as a starseed or a light worker, or we're activated some of our inner knowing. Some of our soul gifts are all coming on. So this can be a very high frequency energy to work with, especially when we begin working with these energies, that it can very easily unground us. So a lot of us may actually be feeling disconnected, or feeling this void, or feeling a little bit like numb and not necessarily present. The more that we can ground in, the more that we are going to be able to really anchor ourselves, so that we can not feel this void so intensely. So this is going to definitely be something that can help. So you can do this through multiple different techniques. You can do this grounding through meditation, through walking in your bare feet. You can do grounding through physical activity, which can be really important during this time, because we have a lot of that, shadow coming up to the surface, or that stale energy coming up to the surface. So as we actually move our bodies, we're able to release any of that tension and any of those, stale energies or lower vibrational energies can move out of our system just actually through movement. Movement's going to allow you to be able to connect deeper into your body as well. So that is going to be a really, really good way for us to ground. They're saying that we need to get very present in our present moment. So a lot of us right now, so they're bringing up affirmations. So when we actually say certain positive affirmations, they want us to begin to move away from trying to convince ourselves that something is real, or that we should believe something different than where we actually are. So they want us to actually get grounded into our present moment, so that we can really honor every single part of us within this present moment. All of the dark, all of the light, all of the in-between, and every single thing. So when we actually are saying something like, I deserve abundance, they don't want us to try to convince ourselves that we deserve abundance. What we want to be doing is saying a statement like that, more so like it is a diagnostic. So you can actually place a hand over your heart, and you can do it with me right now, saying, I deserve abundance. And just notice as you sit in this space. So you can say that affirmation to yourself, sit in a space of silence, and notice what comes up. Where are you feeling any tightness or restriction within your body? What are the thoughts that are happening within your head? What is the emotion that is coming up inside of you? What are the sensations that you may be feeling? So we want to get really, really good at being able to actually receive the wisdom that is within our system. Another thing you can do with statements like this is like, a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, I 100% believe this, and 1 being, I don't believe it at all, and 5 being, there's a part of me that believes it. So when you say to yourself, I deserve abundance, where are you on that scale? And it's not a bad thing, and it's not something that you need to judge yourself or beat yourself up about, but we want to sit within the space of actually being 100% authentic and real with where you are at in your now moment today, in this moment. Tomorrow you may say it to yourself and be in a completely different place. Today maybe you're a 10, tomorrow you may be a 1, right? And that's okay. But we want to start to get away from pushing our emotions and our feelings, or those things that we think are negative, and we kind of shove it away because we don't want to feel it, or we don't think that we should feel it. Where we want to be bringing those things into us and allowing ourselves to actually honor where we are at. And this is where that authentic expression, that vulnerability, stepping into your power, right? All of these other aspects begin to come into play. So they're also showing me as well that with this solstice, we have, this is kind of like a gateway that's going to be leading us into the next like 6 months or so, but also definitely it's going to be intense in those beginning 3 or 4 months is what they're saying. So this is really us coming into that moment of transition and stillness, grounding in and actually honoring 100% exactly where you are at right now with no illusions and no judgment, and allowing yourself to be there. Because when we are in this place, then we can start to actually take those action steps, and we can actually begin to find balance within all of the energies. We're able to set boundaries. We're able to honor what is working and what is not working. And we can get really, really clear about where it is that we've been and where it is that we are going when we're sitting within our present moment. So, you know, this is going to be a gateway for us that's going to be moving us forward over the next 3 or 4 months. So they're saying that, you know, some of the portals that are coming up, the 7-7 portal, we have the Lionsgate 8-8 portal, and then the 9-9 portal are going to be extremely important for bringing this energy all the way through. So this is kind of like this huge portal that we're walking through right now, and those other portals are going to be those leaps that are going to happen to take us to the next stage every step of the way as we move through. So those are going to be really important dates for us to mark down and to get really present and honor in those moments as well. So it's kind of like they're saying it's a check-in point so that, you know, we're grounding into this moment, and then we may, you know, make a couple adjustments, but then when we hit that 7-7 portal, we want to ground into that moment, make a couple more adjustments. 8-8 portal, ground into that moment, make a couple adjustments, right? So that by the time we get to the 9-9, 10-10, 11-11, and toward the end of the year, we're starting to actually see ourselves manifesting in the way that we want. And we're going to be able to heal and dissolve and leave behind a lot of aspects of ourselves that maybe aren't serving us anymore. Yeah, so they're also as well mentioning that there is really a recalibration that is happening within our system right now. So all of our full chakra system is really being upgraded. And then we also have the divine feminine and the divine masculine that are also coming back into a more balanced and harmonious state. So you can always leave a comment here if you're curious about the divine feminine and masculine energies, because I may create another video just specifically for that. And then, you know, the chakras were really being upgraded right now through our full chakra system. There is a lot of root chakra that is coming up in this energy, finances, physical body, grounding, you know, so we want to be working within that so that we can have all of our needs met within the physical realm. So we really want to be working with the root chakra energy. So you can, you know, do root chakra healing, root chakra clearing, you know, root chakra grounding, all of those wonderful, wonderful things. So that's definitely something else that we can work on with this energy. But they're also saying that we can do full chakra clearings right now because our full system's being upgraded 100%. So let me just tune in and see if there's anything else that they want to bring in before I close this video. Yeah, they're just bringing up and want me to reiterate that we really want to be grounding into our present moment and taking a look at some of those positive affirmations that we tell ourselves. What is the actual internal response that we have to them? And that's where the actual wisdom is. They want us to move away from trying to convince ourselves of certain things or the way that we should think or believe, because if that's not how we actually believe, then we're actually not honoring our present moment. So they want us to begin to step away from that and dispelling from, releasing that kind of idea that we want to actually allow ourselves to be where we're at, ground into your present moment, And then when we say a statement like I deserve abundance, or I deserve a divine partnership, what does that feel like to you within your system, in your body? Where do you feel the restrictions? Where do you feel the sensations? What are the belief systems that are coming up, or the thoughts that are coming up with that statement, as well as what is the emotional body telling you? So we really want to tune into all of our senses and allow ourselves to receive information from all of our senses. So this can be a really, really good exercise that they want you guys to begin to really work with, and to move away from trying to convince yourself that you should be somewhere other than where you are right now, because you are in the perfect place for where your soul's mission is supposed to be taking you. So if you guys have any questions or anything, please leave comments. Let me know what you thought of this video, and you can like and subscribe as well. You can find me on Instagram at Rachel's Butterfly Effect. I post daily updates on my Instagram, and I am sending you guys so much love and light, and I can't wait to connect further.